Hi, welcome to this episode of Teaching Academia. Today we are going to talk about, are you feeling overwhelmed? And specifically, are you feeling overwhelmed about your teaching? And how can you address this? What are some strategies? I'm Leah Hall, and I'm excited to be bringing this episode to you today. So let's talk a little bit about if you're feeling overwhelmed, because you know what inspired me to make this video today was I was so exhausted the other day, like just flat out exhausted. I've had a lot of changes in my life. Some of them are, I've moved across the country. I'm teaching online fully for the first time. Just a lot of changes, and I got exhausted and overwhelmed. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about that feeling. And so I am sitting here on my couch because I have a meeting in a little bit, and I thought I would stay home and chill out and just sort of unwind on the couch and make this video on the couch. So as a result, the dishwasher is running behind me. There's a guy with a tile saw across the street that you may or may not hear cutting tile. And I decided, you know what? I can go someplace quieter, but I'm not, because I have been feeling overwhelmed and I just want to sit on my couch and chill out and just casually do email and write blog posts and make this video and let you know that it's normal to get this way. Sometimes it seems like it's too much. Sometimes when and I'm going to talk about teaching now, sometimes when we're looking at a class, and it might be the first time we're teaching a class, or in my case, it's the first time I was teaching a class and having to teach it online. It could be anything. Maybe you're revamping a class. Maybe you're revamping a program. There's a lot of things to address. There's a lot of things to consider. Your to-do list gets super long. And sometimes when you look at that list, you don't know where to start because, holy cow, everything looks important, all right? And even when you knock some things off, as you knock things off, you think of 5 more things you need to do for each thing you knocked off. So you think you're making progress, but then you're not making progress, right? It gets nuts, all right? So what can you do about it? Here are some of my thoughts, and these are not in any order. These are just random things that I think will help. First of all, realize that you're enough. I have started doing this with myself, right? I've started realizing that I can be very hard on myself and very critical about myself in terms of what did I get done today, quantity-wise. What was the quality of that? It wasn't good enough. I need to be doing something more, something better, right? You know what? Did I sit down and work on my class and developing it for an hour or two today? Did I give it my all? Yes, I did. Is it perfect? Does it need more work? Sure. But you know what? For today, it was enough, okay? Back off on yourself. When you've got this long list of things to do, and especially those lists that keep multiplying no matter how much you do, pick any place and start. Just pick some place. Maybe it's not the best place. Who cares? Don't be critical. You can always stop and go work on something else from your list if you need to. But just pick something, commit to it, and go from there. Set a time limit. I am a firm believer of this because when we're doing stuff like planning a syllabus, planning for class, it can go on forever because yes, it can always be better. There's always something interesting to read that's going to inspire you, something you can change, something you can tweak. Pick a time limit. You're going to sit down on Monday. You're going to work from 9 to 10 a.m. on your class or from 9 to noon, whatever, okay, whatever. That's your time frame for that day. When that time is up, you walk away and you realize that that is good enough. You did enough. You are enough, okay? Set a time limit, then come back. Maybe you come back on Tuesday. Maybe you come back on Wednesday. Whatever you do, right? You're going to come back multiple times during the week. Keep doing that. Set a time limit. Set a focus, okay? When you sit down for that hour, 2 hours, whatever, what is it that you're going to be doing? And do it. So sometimes I like to pick a time limit and say, I'm going to work on my class today from 9 to noon. And it might be that I have so much to do. I'm going to need all that time to do a whole bunch of things, and I'm not going to run out of stuff to do. But as the list of things to do gets smaller, I might say, well, I'm going to work on this from like 9 to 11 today. But really what I need to do are these 3 tasks over here. And if I get them done by 10 or 10:30, then that's it. I'm done for the day. I'm moving on to something else. Even if I have other things that need to be done, I still might just move on to something else. Come to those things a different day because that's what I have planned, and that is fine, all right? So just know that when you think about teaching and you get overwhelmed, that it is a perfectly normal feeling. It happens. It's temporary, right? It's all temporary. That feeling is going to pass, and it's going to morph into something else that is probably better. All right, so please feel free to contact me. You can find me at leahall39@gmail.com, and also check out my blog, leahall.wordpress.com, also known as Teaching Academia, where we discuss issues of teaching and learning in higher education.